You know, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in entertainment, sports, media, entrepreneurship, and so much more. Nick Durst here, along with Joe Calabrese and Joe, our guest today, entertainer and an entrepreneur as well.
And she was on Big Brother 26, one of our favorite shows. So we're very, very happy to have her on. We welcome Lisa Weintraub to the program. Did I pronounce that right? Just want to make
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Okay.
awesome. Thanks for checking. Nice to meet you, and thank you so much for having me.
Well, we are glad you're able to join us here. Wanted to talk a little bit about the culinary career and your decision to pursue a culinary career. Me, I love eating. I don't like cooking. So I'm curious when that switch came to you and you were like, all right, I want to pursue a career in the culinary world. What steps did you take? I know you did an awesome internship in Hawaii working in cooking, which is amazing. And now recently, last few years here, you found your own business. Batch Best Friend. So talk to us all about that.
Yeah, well, you don't like cooking, but you like eating, then I'm your girl, right? So I started my business actually over 10 years ago. It started out as Plates by Lisa. It started with a no, actually. I don't know whether I was young, female, or inexperienced, but someone wouldn't rent me a restaurant space. So I turned that no and I made it a yes, right? So, I brought that restaurant experience into people's homes and changed the way we experience food. This was kind of before personal chefing was a thing. And I was very open to what people wanted and open to who I am and what I find meaningful in my life. So that is sustainability, organic sourcing, culture and diversity, learning a piece of someone's grandma does it this way. And then, I get to incorporate that onto someone else's plate. And that brings us together. Over the years, Plates by Lisa started as just me. I've grown a team, grown a business, and about 4 years ago, I launched my second company, Batch Best Friend, and that is for bachelorette, bachelor, or however you identify. Love is love, and that is creating accessibility within the food experience, so everyone can be treated like queens and dine like queens, and not just a certain level of person. I really wanted to change the food industry, and that's what I get to do, and I'm very grateful for that.
Which cuisine would you say is your specialty?
I would say everything's categorized as organic farm to table, that California Mediterranean fusion. Everything I do is organic, fresh from the local farmers market. So it's with the seasons and it includes what beautiful Mother Nature gives us.
Okay.
And, it supports local
So
farmers.
we're heading
So
to the fall now. You're going to be doing a lot of that, the
mhm.
pumpkin, apple type of stuff, butternut squash.
Yeah, I mean, I made it out of the house in time for like some peaches and plums and cherries and
That's
watermelon. So, I might not be in the house, but I get to enjoy some of the seasonal fruits and veggies, and I always get to incorporate those into my cooking style.
What is your favorite original dish?
A signature dish is chimichurri skirt steak. So
delicious.
I can't tell you the recipe. That is my only secret. My mother doesn't even know about
Uh,
this
well,
sauce, and
Lisa,
it's so
if we ever get together, we'll have to have some.
yeah, I'll grill some up for you. I'll marinate some skirt steak for you and we'll have a feast.
I love that. Thank you so much. So, what was the process to audition for Big Brother like? And what was it like finding out the moment that you were actually going to be on the show?
Gotcha. Well, I can't talk too much about the process. We do like some secrets here at Big Brother. Um, but it was a wild ride and I was my authentic self during the interview process. They loved it and we're sitting here. So, we get some questions of like, what would you suggest us be like? Like be yourself, be hyped
Mhm.
up, be your authentic self, show the world who you are, and someone will see that and want to put you on the show. And so I was so grateful when I got the key. And yeah, I set off some sparklers. So I think you guys saw that in the promo. It was fun.
So, Lisa, what was your initial thoughts on the kitchen? And truly, I mean, who is the better cook in the house? Is it you or Tucker?
Okay. Low key, I still am true to that. I still want to have a cook off with Tucker, right?
Yeah,
You've
why
heard
not?
it here. That has not changed.
Maybe at the reunion, make it
And
happen.
there's some more fuel to that fire for this cook off, right?
Oh yeah.
But the kitchen was great. Every day at work, I'm in a different kitchen. I have consistent clients that I work with over the years that I've cultivated relationships with that use me for their private events. And then I have one-off clients that just book it for a bachelorette party or an engagement party or a birthday. And so I'm used to adapting in a new kitchen, finding what I need. I couldn't bring that into the house. I couldn't like bring what I needed into the house except edible glitter. But yeah, it was great. The kitchen was beautiful. It had everything I needed. It was fun to play around with the food and experiment with that inside the house. So wish I was still there cooking, but maybe next time, all stars.
Absolutely. Yeah, the house was bright and popping this year. Love the kitchen especially. So what are your favorite events to cater?
I love all the events I cater. So I cater anywhere from 5 to 100 people. I'm headed to an event later today, and it's a 40-person birthday party in Malibu, right? So they're everywhere throughout LA and beyond, from Palm Springs, Joshua Tree, San Diego, Hollywood, Malibu, like you name it. Clients have even flown me to some fun places for some destination catering. So good food and good vibes I follow. And anywhere, the clients I work with are amazing and people are there to celebrate with the people they love, right? What we want at the end of the day is to sit around with people, laugh, connect, enjoy good food. And no matter who I work with, that's exactly what they do, celebrating their milestones. And I'm grateful that I get to cultivate that milestone for them through food and production.
My best friends are in Malibu. I absolutely miss that place so much. What is one thing that you wish America and your fellow castmates who are still on the show got to know about you that maybe you didn't really talk to them about when you were in the house?
I think I didn't talk to them about my business. I went in with the strategy not to talk about my business or the clientele that I work with. I didn't want them to know that I've built 2 businesses from the ground up, that I run teams. Obviously, I've built my team on the outside with integrity and trust, and that's not how the teams inside the house are built. So I'm not too mad that that didn't work out. I tried. But I would have loved to talk to them about my businesses because they're the thing that I'm so proud of.
Yeah.
You create an idea in your head and you hope people receive it the way you intend it. And the world has, and that's why I launched my second company, and that's why I've worked with the people that I do. And so it's such a big part of me. That's probably why I'm like, you don't believe I'm a chef. And I couldn't take it personally. It was so funny because like the biggest thing about me is chef and food and
Right.
cultivating connection through food. Like I love food. You don't like to cook. I love to cook. I love to eat. Like food is like my happy place. So I'm excited to connect with all the people outside of the house and talk about food and my businesses.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah.
Lisa, on a holiday, right? We'll just say Thanksgiving. Is your whole family like, all right, Lisa's cooking? They're pointing the finger to you?
That's a great question. Actually, Thanksgiving is the only day that I take off in
Oh,
terms of the holidays,
okay.
so that I can be with my family and turn that love that I put into other people's food into my own family. But I don't cook on Thanksgiving. My mom does.
Okay.
And
The OG, the original.
she she's like, do you want to make the apple pie? And every Thanksgiving, I actually donate my services to an organization called Trina's Kids. We feed over 350 families a warm Thanksgiving meal that week, so they get to nourish themselves and their family. So I'm baking over 30 pies for charity, and Thanksgiving,
Nice.
I actually don't cook, but I eat.
Fair enough. All right, last question here, Lisa. In your life or your career, what would you say is your I'm right moment? What we mean by that, it's a time or place where you wanted to pursue something. You asked somebody for advice, and they said, Lisa, that sounds like a bad idea. I wouldn't do that if I was you. And you were like, you know what? I'm going to go through with it anyway. I'm going to do it. And in the end, you will see why it is that I'm right about this. And I can tell you I told you so.
Um, I would say that pivotal point at the beginning of my career when someone told me no. And I was like, I'm going to change the way we experience food and I'm going to create a new way of dining. And that I did. And here I am 10 years later, 10 years, maybe 11 years later, launching two companies, working with some very high profile celebrities in the market. And, I'm right. I would say I did things differently. I trusted myself. There was no one at the time. There was no really blueprint to follow. It was really hard and I wouldn't change a thing.
Lovely answer. Serving the community, giving back, a sociable profession. It led you to your Big Brother experience. Lisa, we thank you for your time. We really, really appreciate it. What we do here, Nick and I, is we always give our guests the last words. So, where can we find you? Let us know what your social media channels are. And if there's anything else on top of that that you would personally like to share or promote for yourself, by all means, go ahead. But once again, we thank you and appreciate your time.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Well, you can find everything about Lisa at Dulce de Lisa. You remember Dulce, she's sweet, the veto queen. You will see some fun updates about my personal life. If you want to follow my professional life, you can find Plates by Lisa and Bach Best Friend on Instagram and TikTok. You can check out my website and there's some fun things coming. And, guys, at your next party, I'm bringing the chimichurri skirt steak.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Can't
love
wait.
that.
This has been fantastic. Lisa, thank you so much for your time. That's going to do it here for this episode of You Know I'm Right. For our very special guest, Lisa, my co-host Joe, I'm Nick, and this has been You Know I'm Right.